Two-tier policing, meanwhile, has been the forefront of the public agenda for months now. Arguably, one such example of the problem was when ex-Muslim Christian preacher Tash was dragged away by police and kept overnight in a cell after being confronted by a Muslim mob in Hyde Park. Let's take a look. Ms. Tash, who is director of Defend Christ Critique Islam, has told that she was being arrested for criminal damage under Public Order Act 1986 for wearing a Charlie Hebdo T-shirt which depicted the Prophet Muhammad. She was subsequently strip-searched and kept overnight in a cell. None of the demonstrators around her were arrested. She has now been awarded £10,000 in damages for a second time for wrongful arrest. We're joined now by Christian preacher Tash to discuss the ordeal. Thank you very much for coming on the show. So, look, let's put the challenging question to you first of all. You must have known what you were about to do and where you were going to do it would upset some people.
Well, of course I know it's going to upset some people because I am at Speaker's Corner where people come there knowing that they are going to be upset. I go there knowing that Muslim people are going to attack Lord Jesus Christ, and I get upset about it, and then I continue the discussion. So if people are kind of going to be so much hurt, their feelings are going to be hurt so much, then they shouldn't be there. And there is nothing wrong for me to wear the shirt of Muhammad, or there is nothing wrong for me to carry a book which has problems in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, how is that technically considered criminal damage, wearing a T-shirt?
No, actually, criminal damage was just a second before you put the video up. I had a Quran with me. Muslims stole my Quran. We called the police to come so that they can, like, bring my Quran back from the thief. So that's how police approached. The Quran I was holding has holes, physical holes in it. So apparently that is criminal damage. So I damaged my property, the one I paid for it, got damaged. That was the criminal damage. Or you can interpret it that as I allowed my property to be stolen from me, therefore first I got arrested. And then by the time I arrived at the police station, it became that I committed hate crime wearing a T-shirt that has the picture of Muhammad.
Right. I mean, I would say you could make an argument about having some sympathy for the police, that what they might be trying to do, first goal is try and avoid a problem and therefore they move you away. But they kept moving you away. It's not like they simply separated you from the area. Tell us what happened when you were, detained overnight.
Well, before that, I don't think I can show any sympathy to police or justify their action, because in that case, police needed to turn the crowd and then tell them to stop it, or try to go and get my stolen book, but police gave my stolen book to people who stole it, and police has been doing that for last 4 years actively at Speaker's Corner. So I was taken to the police station while my property stayed at Speaker's Corner. My property was damaged and stolen, and they were still at Speaker's Corner. I was strip search, like they took all of my clothes on and then checked me out. And then 4 o'clock in the morning, they questioned me. At that stage, they took my glasses from me as well. I couldn't read anything. And around 9 o'clock in the morning, they told me I can leave.
So what's your reading on their motivation? What do you think was happening?
Well, it's been happening for last minimum of 4 years at Speaker's Corner. So police is not willing to, or doesn't know how to control the Muslim crowd who comes to Speaker's Corner with their feelings. Therefore, for them, it is very much easy to shut down a Christian speaker who is simply practicing her freedom of speech. So police is kind of working, it seems police is working for Muslims, and police is simply obeying what Muslims are willing to do, what Muslims want police to do. So police has not been upholding my rights, and police expressed to me that they are not there to protect me. So not sure how to interpret that, but
I'm going to keep throwing these points at you, which are really annoying, but I'm just trying to see if I can get a bit of wriggle on this. Do you have, maybe, not sympathy might be too strong a word, but look at the numbers. It's easier to arrest or detain one person than all of the other people there.
Yes.
The police are outnumbered effectively in that situation.
Police is not outnumbered. I am not talking about you turn up the speaker's corner. I'm talking about a police who has authority to control the crowd. Police didn't even told anyone to stop or move back.
Do you think
police have been doing that for 4 years, minimum of 4 years at speaker's corner.
Yeah. Do you think the police are fearful in some way?
I'm not sure if they are fearful because they have got authority, they've got the power. I think they are not willing to do what they're supposed to uphold my rights, but they are not willing to do that. And other thing is, if police simply find it easy to remove me from the corner and then that will calm the crowd, they wouldn't keep me until in the morning. They wouldn't strip search me. They wouldn't take my glasses from me, as well as they wouldn't take me to interview at 4 a.m. They would simply let me go. But no, they wanted to show the Muslims that, yes, they are willing to make sure Muslims are feeling happy and safe at speaker's corner, while I was the one who is not safe.
So while all of these things have happened to you now, which effectively prove your freedom of speech is somewhat at risk, the question is posed, do you still do it? Do you still go?
Well, people are offending you quite a lot. I watch your programs. I watch 11 o'clock program as well. That doesn't mean you should stay silent. I am Christian by default. I want to tell people that Jesus Christ is Lord. People need to worship him. And I want to have open debates and discussion with people who disagree with me. And I don't live in Pakistan. I don't live in Saudi Arabia. Last time when I checked, England is identified as Great Britain. So it is difficult to just let your very basic rights to be taken from you. And no one would want that. So I don't want people to take my very basic human rights from me because their feelings are being hurt. That's just wrong in every level.
Well, we'll see you there at some point again soon. Thank you very much for that. And Tash, thank you for coming on the show. Let's get the views of the panel. When you hear that story and we're talking free speech, are you not worried for how things are going?
Yeah, and that seems really excessive and all over a T-shirt. Which other people have done far worse crimes to fashion. Look at Laura Ashley for all those years and not one arrest. But I mean, that does like to be strip searched and then interviewed at 4 in the morning. Really? Is that at all necessary?
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, the fact that there was 10 grand payment means that, I mean, look, at least the system recognises something went vastly wrong. It was almost like some of those steps were a punishment rather than any argument about safety.
Absolutely bizarre, isn't it, that they would think that was appropriate?
Why take her glasses as well? I mean, it's those details. It seems like what's going on there.
I think that sounds a bit like what we used to call a hate crime, actually, Steve.
Hate crime against the myopic.
Against the myopic. I was thinking of the Christians, but no, you're right, the myopic. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, very upsetting. It's Speaker's Corner. Obviously, I mean, that's the point.
What was she offended about the 11 o'clock show? Because I presume she meant headliners. I can't help but think I was included in that.
She watches it, doesn't really enjoy it.
Well, she got her glasses for it, because then you're getting the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the only reason she leaves the house, to make sure she doesn't see any of the repeats.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure if that was implied, but that's the message I took from it. No, it is a worrying situation. But look, come on, the police numbers issue. If you were a police officer in that situation, and you've got one person and you've got everyone else being all very shouty, who are you going to move away?
No, but she's been doing it for 4 years. On day one, they should have said, hey, that's before you start, as my dad used to say, and nip it in the bud. It's just been allowed to go on for too long, and that's what people are so upset about in general, isn't it, with policing?
Yeah.